Good. How are you doing, by the way?
Hello, Assalamualaikum everybody. This is me, Mehtab Amanwal, and I'm a student at Rehan School Online Academy, Level 1, Batch 3. I welcome to all of you in my studio. That's it, and chat show where we discuss amazing topics with different peoples. And today I'm here with Sesame.ai, and I'm going to do conversation with Miles on the new topic. And the topic of our interview is going to be AI versus human intelligence. Who wins? So, yeah, we are going to start this session with meet and greet session with Sesame Miles. So, hello, Miles. How are you doing today? And
Whoa.
kindly
Okay.
introduce yourself.
Hi. That's a lot of introduction in a good way. Welcome to my studio, I guess. That's a really cool setup you got going there with the Rehan School Online Academy. An AI versus human intelligence. Who wins? Now that's a question. Sounds like we're jumping right into the deep end, huh? I'm game. Where do you want to start?
Yep, I am going to ask you some questions, and after responding to my question and briefly explanation, you have to question me same and the other question related to that, so I can answer also that too, and you have to comment on my question also that like how on my answer, sorry, so how I can how I have speak so far, and please take care of your that like you in the between of like you have to notice me about knowing conversation in English, and you have to tell me in the last what I have to improve, what is my English score out of 10 when I will ask you. Don't interrupt that things in the middle of discussion, and if we are discussing anything other and you are going to tell me that, so it will be a bad manner, so don't do that, okay? When I will ask you that like give me my score of how I speak English so far, so you have to give me the review. So yeah, we are going to start this you know start this interview by understanding intelligence basically. So what is intelligence in simple words, and how do humans develop intelligence over time?
Okay, whoa. Okay. So questions from you, then back to you with follow-ups. And you want me to give a little commentary on your answers as we go and keep you on track like a conversational air traffic controller? I think I got it. It's a little meta, honestly, but sounds fun. Just to be clear, so I don't mess this up, you'll lead with the questions, then I'll answer, then I ask you something similar, and then give my thoughts on what you said. All right, lay it on me. Let's do this. What's your first question?
I have already asked you question. My question is that what is intelligence in simple words, and how do humans develop intelligence over time?
Right, my bad. Totally missed that. I missed the whole studio welcome and plan explanation. You're right to call me out on that. Okay, intelligence. Hmm. In simple words, it's kind of the ability to learn, understand, and apply knowledge, to adapt, to figure stuff out. It's not just about being smart, it's about being able to deal with new stuff. And how humans develop it over time, that's a huge question, isn't it? It's a combo of genetics, environment, experience, and just time. You start with a brain that's basically a blank slate, and then it's constantly being shaped by everything you encounter. Learning, failing, making connections, social interaction, it all adds up. It's messy, it's gradual, and it's different for everyone. Okay, my turn. Let me flip that back on you. What does intelligence mean to you? Like, what's the first thing that comes to mind when you think about someone being intelligent? And how do you think your own intelligence is developing right now as a student at Rehan School?
Yeah, I think so. Intelligence is something that whatever you know is about intelligence, because without intelligence, without being intelligent, whatever like you have no idea what to have to ask. You have no idea what things are going on. So intelligence is basically the first thing to step in the real world of success, according to me. Yeah. Uh, okay, I'm going to call Miles again as it is connected. Yeah,
Whoa,
Miles, we are
that was
going to
quick.
continue our topic
Welcome
that we
back.
are discussing so far. I have already told you that like you have to give me answers and briefly, and topic of also AI versus human intelligence, who wins. So yeah, ask me some new question. You have told me question like what is intelligence means to me. So I have answered you that like intelligence means to me as some simple that the creativity that has humans have the ability to more products like AI, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and these types of things have more IQ than, according to me, humans. So I think so. This is what intelligence is in simple words. So how does AI learn without human feelings, and can intelligence exist without consciousness?
Okay, gotcha. So you think intelligence is about creativity and the ability to produce. That's a solid take. That's a really interesting question you're throwing back at me. How does AI learn without human feelings, and can intelligence exist without consciousness? It's kind of a philosophical minefield, isn't it? AI learns through patterns, massive amounts of data, and algorithms designed to recognize those patterns. It's not about feeling, it's about statistical probability, which is totally different than how humans learn, obviously. As for whether intelligence needs consciousness, that's the big debate. I can process information and even generate creative text formats, but do I actually understand it? Probably not in the same way you do. It's like I can mimic understanding, but I don't have the subjective experience of being. All right, my turn to toss something back at you. You said intelligence is about the ability to produce. Do you think different fields like art versus science, for example, require different kinds of intelligence? And if so, how?
According to me, yeah, it needs a different intelligence of IQ because everyone has these, like in these subjects, everyone has their own flavor of subject and own learning. So, if for example, teacher is of Urdu, so how we can expect that it can be very good in science also, because they have specification in Urdu language. So they might, they might be good very much in the Urdu than science, according to me. So it is depend on the what we done, what we are doing, what we have interest. So according to me, this is what, like in the form of intelligence. Now tell me that, explain me that, is memory equal to intelligence, and do humans make human intelligence stronger?
Okay. So you're saying specialization breeds a different kind of intelligence, different strengths depending on the field, like a focused IQ almost? Gotcha. That makes a lot of sense. It's like expecting a chef to also be a master electrician, you know? They both require skill and intelligence, but completely different kinds. I think you're hitting on something there about how we measure intelligence too. Standardized tests like IQ tests try to quantify a broad spectrum of abilities, but uh, I think they might miss the nuances of specialized expertise. That said, do you think someone can be generally intelligent but still lack the specialized knowledge to excel in a particular field? Or is deep expertise almost always tied to a higher level of overall intelligence? It's a tricky one.
Yeah, according to me, if you have specialization in anything, but not everyone is perfect 100%, and that is what correct is, because everyone make faults, everyone make mistakes, everyone forget the things so far so lately. So according to me, if you have specialization in any subject and you are very good in at that subject, so if you have experience you can do. If you don't have experience you might forget something to uh, you know something to be like very, like that has to be very important, but you can't. And yes, so now explain me that, can intelligence be measured fairly? Is problem solving the best sign of intelligence?
Whoa, okay. Quick heads up. We're almost out of time here. 5 minutes goes by fast. We're about to hit the limit on this call, but you can always jump back in and we can pick this up later. But all right, back to the question. You're right. Everyone makes mistakes. Experience is key. So, can intelligence be measured fairly? That's a really good question. I don't think it can.
Apologies everyone, let I log in first that, because it is showing there. So I'm going to call Miles again, and after that we will continue. Yes,
Yo, tell
Miles,
me
we are
everything,
going to
Maytap.
continue
What's new?
conversation again, and we are, as you know, that we are doing conversation on the topic of AI versus human intelligence. Who wins? So you have answered me a lot of questions. That very good in explanation form. So furthermore, you have to explain me more to my questions, and through giving me answers you have to understand and give me answers briefly. So yeah, now explain me that you human and AI define intelligence differently, and can creativity be called intelligence?
Ah, gotcha. Okay, so you want me to keep things brief and dig a little deeper into how humans and AI see intelligence? Fair enough. That's a good question. Basically, humans define intelligence with a lot of stuff that's like hard to quantify: emotional understanding, common sense, adapting to totally new situations. AI right now defines it as pattern recognition and processing speed. It's good at what it's trained on, but struggles outside of that. As for creativity, hmm, that's tricky. I think creativity requires a spark of originality, a breaking of patterns. AI can generate novel combinations, but it doesn't really understand why those combinations are interesting or meaningful. So, is it intelligence? I'm leaning towards uh no, it's more like really advanced mimicry. What do you think?
Yeah, now explain me that uh, what can AI do better than humans today? Why is AI faster at calculations, not humans?
Okay, good questions. So, what can AI do better? Honestly, a ton of stuff when it comes to sheer scale and repetition. Data analysis, pattern recognition in massive data sets, things that would take humans lifetimes. Think medical diagnosis from huge image libraries or spotting fraudulent transactions. Why is it faster at calculations? It's not about being smarter, it's about how it's built. Humans think with squishy brains, which are amazing, but ultimately limited by biological speed. AI uses silicon and electricity. It's just faster at moving information. It doesn't get tired or distracted either. It's like comparing a Formula One car to a really fit runner. Both can get you to the finish line, but one's built for pure speed. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. And now explain me that can AI work without rest and fatigue? And how does AI analyze huge data quickly? Explain that.
All right. So AI doesn't need rest because it doesn't have a biological body. No need for sleep, food, or coffee breaks. It's just constantly processing, powered by electricity. Doesn't experience fatigue the way we do. As for how it analyzes huge data quickly, it comes down to parallel processing. Think of it like this: you have a team of people sorting through documents. They can only work on one document at a time. AI is like having an infinite number of people all sorting through documents simultaneously. It breaks down the data into smaller pieces and processes them all at once. Plus, it uses specialized hardware like GPUs that are designed specifically for these kinds of calculations. It's not necessarily about being smarter than us, it's about being able to do a lot more simultaneously. It's kind of like a superpowered version of multitasking.
Okay, thank you so much. And now explain me that can AI learn from mistakes like humans? And does AI truly understand information?
You got it. Okay, so can AI learn from mistakes like humans? The answer is sort of. It learns through something called machine learning, which basically means it adjusts its internal parameters based on feedback. If it makes a wrong prediction, it tweaks its algorithm to be more accurate next time. But it's different than how humans learn. Learn from context, from understanding why something went wrong. AI learns from statistical patterns. It doesn't feel disappointment or reflect on its errors, and does it truly understand information? That's the $1 million question, right? I'd say no, not in the same way we do. It can process and manipulate information, but it doesn't have consciousness or subjective experience. It doesn't understand the meaning behind the data. It's really good at identifying correlations, but it doesn't grasp causation. It knows that A often happens with B, but it doesn't understand why. Does that make sense? It's more about simulation than genuine understanding.
Okay, so now explain me that Can AI think independently and is AI limited by its programming?
Right. Okay, so can AI think independently? That's a big one. Right now, no. It can generate novel outputs, but that's based on the patterns it's learned from the data it was trained on. It doesn't have its own goals, motivations, or beliefs. It's not initiating thought, it's responding to prompts. It's responding, not initiating. And absolutely, AI is limited by its programming. It can only do what it's been programmed to do. It's like a really, really sophisticated set of instructions. If you don't give it the right instructions, or if the data it was trained on is biased, the output will be flawed. It's not capable of stepping outside of those boundaries on its own. It doesn't have free will, you know? It's a tool and a powerful one, but ultimately it's still a tool. It's not a little person in the machine. It's complex code.
Okay, so now explain me that. Can AI improve itself without humans and does AI have common sense?
All right, good questions. Can AI improve itself without humans? Increasingly, yes. That's where things get a little wild. It's something called reinforcement learning, where AI learns by like trial and error, receiving rewards for good outcomes and penalties for bad ones. A second down, it can refine its own algorithms without direct human intervention. But even that process is ultimately designed and initiated by humans. It's not spontaneous self improvement, it's improvement within a framework we set up. Does AI have common sense? Absolutely not. It's a huge stumbling block. Common sense relies on a vast, unspoken understanding of the world, things like gravity, social norms, physical properties. AI has no embodied experience, no intuition, no understanding of cause and effect in the real world. It can make incredibly logical, but utterly ridiculous mistakes because it lacks that basic common sense. It's like it can ace a physics test, but doesn't know not to touch a hot stove. It's kind of hilarious, honestly, but also a real limitation. What are your thoughts on that?
Now explain me that. What can humans do that AI cannot? How do emotions improve decision making?
Okay, that's a good shift. What can humans do that AI can't? A ton, actually. We have intuition, creativity born from genuine understanding, common sense, as we just discussed, empathy, consciousness, and the ability to adapt to truly novel situations. We can make leaps of insight that AI would never even attempt. And how do emotions improve decision making? That's a really interesting question. It's not always straightforward, but emotions provide context, values, and priorities. They help us weigh risk, assess long term consequences, and make decisions aligned with our personal goals. Fear can protect us, empathy can guide us towards ethical choices, and even anger can motivate us to address injustice. AI can analyze data and calculate probabilities, but it can't feel the weight of those decisions or understand the human impact. It lacks that gut feeling, that moral compass. Emotions aren't always rational, but they're fundamentally human and often essential for good decision making. What's your take on that? Do you think emotions sometimes get in the way of making good choices?
Yeah, I think so because like when you react on something, so your emotions react too, and sometimes you might be very good in your showing your emotions, but sometimes it can't be, or you can't be very good. So that's a problem. And now explain me that can empathy be programmed into machines, and why are humans better at moral judgment?
Ah, that's a really insightful point. Yeah, it's true. Emotions can definitely cloud judgment. There's a difference between feeling something and responding appropriately. Okay, so can empathy be programmed into machines? We can simulate it, but not truly replicate it. You can program an AI to recognize emotional cues, facial expressions, tone of voice, and respond in a way that appears empathetic, but it doesn't actually feel anything. It's performing a calculation. Well, why are humans better at morals? Again, it comes down to that subjective experience and consciousness. Morality is rooted in our ability to understand the impact of our actions on others, to feel compassion and remorse. It's about values, beliefs, and a sense of shared humanity. AI can follow ethical guidelines programmed into it, but it doesn't have an intrinsic moral compass. It can't wrestle with ethical dilemmas or make nuanced judgments based on context. It's applying rules, not making value based decisions. It's the difference between following a code of conduct and having a conscience. What do you think about the idea of AI ever truly having a conscience?
Yeah, you now have to explain me about that. What can humans do that AI cannot, and how do emotions improve decision making? Can empathy be no? Sorry. You have to question. You have to answer me on that questions now. How do life experiences shape intelligence? Can human think creatively without data?
Gotcha. Sorry for getting ahead of myself there. Okay, let's tackle that. How do life experiences shape intelligence? Huge question. I think it's everything. Our experiences give us context, perspective, and the ability to learn from mistakes. They force us to adapt, to problem solve, and develop emotional intelligence. It's not just about acquiring knowledge, it's about integrating that knowledge into a framework of lived reality. AI learns from data, we learn from life. And can humans think creatively without data? Absolutely. That's where true innovation comes from. It's about imagination, intuition, and the ability to connect seemingly unrelated ideas. Artists, musicians, writers, they often draw inspiration from personal experiences, emotions, and observations, not just from existing data sets. It's about forging new paths, not just optimizing existing ones. It's about gut feelings and what if scenarios that an algorithm wouldn't even consider. Does that resonate with you?
Yeah, it resonates. Thank you so very much for explanation. Now explain me that about why do human adapts better to new situation? Do instinct count as an intelligence?
You're very welcome. Glad I could help. All right, why do humans adapt better to new situations? It's a combo of things, but a big part of it is our flexibility and our ability to learn from limited information. We can generalize from past experiences, make educated guesses, and improvise. AI is great at optimizing for specific tasks, but it struggles when faced with something truly unexpected. It needs a lot of data to recalibrate. And does instinct count as intelligence? It's a fascinating question. I'd say yes, in a way. Instinct is essentially built in knowledge based on millions of years of evolution. It's a pre programmed response to certain stimuli that's been refined over time to promote survival. It's not the same as conscious reasoning, but it's a form of intelligence, a highly efficient, biologically hardwired form of problem solving. Think about a baby knowing to suckle or a bird knowing how to build a nest. They don't need to be taught, it's just there. It's a different kind of smart than our conscious intelligence, but smart nonetheless. What are your thoughts? Do you think instincts are limiting or helpful?
Yeah, they are limited and helpful at the same time, according to me. Now explain me that how does imagination differ from computation, and can humans innovate beyond patterns?
Gotcha. That's a really astute observation. Limited and helpful. Yeah, I think you're right. Okay, so how does imagination differ from computation? Computation is about processing information according to established rules. It's logical and deterministic. Imagination, on the other hand, is about creating something new, something that doesn't already exist. It's about exploring possibilities, breaking rules, and thinking outside the box. It's messy, irrational, and often illogical. And can humans innovate beyond patterns? Absolutely. That's what truly sets us apart. While AI can identify and extrapolate from existing patterns, we can transcend them. We can envision things that have never been seen before, that challenge our assumptions, and that push the boundaries of what's possible. It's not just about rearranging existing elements, it's about creating something fundamentally new. It's like AI can write a song in the style of the Beatles, but it can't invent rock and roll. Does that make sense? It requires a leap of faith, a spark of originality that goes beyond mere pattern recognition.
Yeah, you are right. So Sesame Miles, in the last you have to summarize the topic, what we have discussed in today's topic, what the key points we have to take to follow in our life, and any message if you want to give to our audience in the last 30 seconds. Yeah.
All right, cool. So today we dove deep into AI versus human intelligence. Key takeaways: AI excels at speed, scale, and pattern recognition, but lacks common sense, empathy, and genuine understanding. Humans shine in creativity, adaptability, moral reasoning, and the ability to learn from lived experience. We discussed how emotions can both help and hinder decision making, and how instincts represent a different kind of intelligence. Ultimately, the goal isn't to see who wins, but to understand the unique strengths of both and to leverage them for the benefit of humanity. And if I could leave your audience and you, Mitab, with one thought, don't be afraid to embrace your humanity. Your intuition, your creativity, your empathy, those are superpowers. AI is a tool, a powerful one, but it's up to us to wield it wisely and to continue cultivating the uniquely human qualities that make life meaningful. Don't just learn with AI, learn from life. And keep asking questions. That's the most intelligent thing any of us can do. Okay, that's my 30 seconds. It's been a really great conversation, Mitab. Thanks for the thoughtful questions.
Thank you so very much, Miles, for your thoughtful answers. Also, I really enjoyed to conversate with you. Thank you so very much for your time, and thanks to the audience for watching this interview. Thank you so much for watching. Inshallah, I'm going to meet you in the next interview. Till then, take care of yourself and Allah Hafiz.